Huh? Oh, you're stupid. It's Luigi. Did I just break you? Hey, come get me. Come get me, dumb bird. Woo! Hey, come get me. Come get me, dumb bird. I'm gonna take him down. Drone, destroy my enemies. There he is. Go, go, go. Kill it. Kill him. Have you given up? All right, drone. Take him down. I like this groovy tune of yours. This is called the Garten of Banban, the official Garten of Banban dance.
Imagine Poppy Playtime. Now take out the excellent art and animation, the immersive real-time cutscenes, the somewhat interesting puzzles, and the incredible cinematic chase sequences. What's left over is Garten of Banban, a game so uninspired that some have speculated that the entire thing is a meta-commentary on the current state of indie horror.
Oh, she's coming, she's coming. Oh,
For those unfamiliar, Garten of Banban is a free, short, episodic indie horror game in which you explore a mysterious preschool thing, whilst avoiding monstrous creatures that stalk you throughout the halls. Well, more like one creature that stalks you for like 30 seconds, but we'll get to that. As the game begins, we find ourselves in a reception area that looks incredibly reminiscent of Poppy Playtimes. We grab a blue keycard from the desk and use it to obtain the remote control, as well as 2 batteries to power it. This introduces us to the game's core mechanic, the drone, or at least the game wants it to be its core mechanic, but in practice, it's useless. Using the drone, we're able to activate these 2 buttons, which unlock the door to the rest of the game. As we approach, we see a pink flamingo-looking thing staring at us, though they quickly fade into the darkness. We follow the flamingo into a large dark room, which we can light up using the blue keycard. Inside is a playground area that's very reminiscent of Squid Game. In the corner, we see the same flamingo from before, Opila Bird. Opila Bird? Opala Bird? I don't know. Opila Bird. We're then tasked with locating 6 eggs throughout the area and feeding them to Opila. 5 are just sitting around in obvious locations, but the final one is nowhere to be found. There is a button on the wall, but it's dark, which means it's inactive, and slamming our drone into it does nothing. Instead, we need to search under the jungle gym, which has another keycard saying that activates the button. From there, we can use our drone to press it, which sends the 6th egg tumbling out of the slide. After feeding the eggs to Opila, she vomits out a yellow keycard, which we take to the next room. The keycard activates a button, but it's blocked by glass and we can't navigate our drone around it. The solution? You just kinda slam the drone into the glass, which breaks it. Wait, what? If the drone can break the glass, why even put the glass there anyway? It's completely inconsequential to the puzzle. You just send the drone at the button and it breaks the glass along the way. Actually, hang on. What was the puzzle here? In the last room, we at least had to find a hidden button and then hit another button and find some eggs, but this room literally amounts to use the yellow keycard to activate the button. Press the button. Even the drone is useless. You could remove it from the game entirely and just replace the drone buttons with keycard ones and it would change nothing. We retrieve a hammer from a closet, which we can use to pry the boards off this entryway. This leads to a bizarre room with a large pit. We can see bloody talon prints on the wall, emerging from the dark abyss below. I have a feeling we're gonna be seeing Opila again very soon. We activate a ski lift that's in this room for some reason. Wait, why is there a ski lift in here? Why do all of these models look so weird and wrong? It's almost like they're from a different game. It turns out that nearly every asset in Garten of Banban was pre-made. Reception desk, pre-made. This boat, pre-made. The dead tree, pre-made. The buttons, the remote control, heck, even the drone is just a pre-made asset. It's almost like the only original assets in this game are the textures, which are just the same drawings repeated over and over again, and the 2 enemies. For those who are unaware, game developers typically don't model every single object in their game, especially not indie devs. These are small teams with limited resources, and it's just not worthwhile to have your one artist spend hours modeling trash cans. That's time they could be devoting towards original characters and animations. Thus, developers can buy pre-made assets that they're then entitled to use in their games. Heck, you know the game Tattletale? It takes place in the exact same house as Franklin's from GTA 5. Straight up, same exact house. I played both of those games and I didn't notice this until a friend pointed it out recently, so it shows you the right way to integrate assets that weren't originally made for your game. Furthermore, there's nothing inherently wrong with this practice, and in fact, many indie games wouldn't be possible at all without the help of third-party assets. However, developers need to be careful with how these models are integrated. You want to make sure that everything looks cohesive, like it was all made for your game and belongs in it. You don't want it to be obvious to the player that your game is full of random assets that all look different. Garten of Banban relies so heavily on free pre-made assets, the game looks incoherent as a result. I get that they were going for the simplistic, childlike aesthetic that's become so popular lately, but it just doesn't work. Upon riding the ski lift, we find another really dumb puzzle. You just need to change the light under each character to their corresponding color. I think they're expecting you to go back to the earlier areas and check which color each character is, but that's so naive. It's 2023. Everyone's just gonna look it up on their phones. Nobody's gonna ride the ski lift back and forth 6 times, memorizing the colors of these characters. And even if they did, that's a terrible puzzle. That's a terrible design. It's just padding, a way to try to artificially lengthen the already short game. Setting the lights to the correct colors unlocks a door, which yields another keycard, but upon obtaining it, Opila Bird comes for us. I'm out. See ya! Huh? Oh, you're stupid. Oh no, you're not! You can't climb. That's fortuitous. Ha! Ha, you dumb bird. That was not the plan. Hey, chill.
Okay. Now we've reached a point of negotiation.
It seems we've reached a point of negotiation! Where is it? Ah! Ah! No! Why was there an invisible wall? There we go. Wait. Ha! Dumbass bird. I don't think I need to explain why this chase segment is so underwhelming. Say what you want about Poppy Playtime. Chapter 1 suffered from a lot of the same issues that Banban does. However, the Huggy Wuggy vent chase sequence at the end of the game is awesome. It's one of the best chase sequences in any horror game ever. The pacing, the animation, the way the game turns you around and forces you to actually look at the thing that's chasing you, it's really well done. In contrast, Garten of Banban's chase sequence is downright awkward. After brutally murdering Opila Bird, we use the final keycard to open up the office at the end of the hall. For the game's final puzzle, we need to find a button that's hidden under the desk, which activates another drone button, which we then hit with the drone. It's exactly the same as every other puzzle in the game. I'm not even sure it's fair to call these puzzles anymore. Anyway, this unlocks a lift down into the abyss below the facility. As we go down, this big green dude shows up and grabs the lift and then falls over. Who dat? Oh shit, it's Luigi. I didn't know Luigi was in this game. All right, now this game is getting good. Let's see what's next. That intro was a little slow, but I'm excited to see what the actual game has. And then the game ends. Wait, what? Garten of Banban can be completed in under 10 minutes. It lacks original assets or animations. It lacks any meaningful gameplay. The core mechanic that is the drone amounts to nothing more than a gimmick. The relatively few assets that are original aren't even impressive. These same character drawings are recycled over and over again, and only 2 of them are modeled in 3D. One of them only shows up for a second at the end. There is one secret hidden within the game. You can find a 7th egg here, which gives you access to another keycard, which unlocks a room, which unlocks a lore thing, but I just can't get excited about lore or hidden secrets when the core gameplay is this shallow. There is a big elephant in the room though. The game is free. Yeah, everybody's shitting on it lately, but why? It's not like anyone can say it's a literal ripoff. Nobody spent money on it. You see, from day one, the game had a link to its merch store on the title screen. Now, this is nothing new. Bendy and the Ink Machine did it, Poppy Playtime does it, a lot of indie horror games do it. A lot of these properties make just as much from merch sales as they do from games, if not more, and I understand why they promote those Huggy Wuggy shirts as aggressively as they do. However, when the game itself is this shallow, it's just a bad look. It doesn't come off well when you've got shirts and coffee mugs and hoodies set up for a game that's clearly in its infancy. It gives the impression that the game is just a vehicle to sell merch and that the developers don't really care about it. I can't say for certain that that's the truth. I don't know anything about the Euphoric brothers. It's not fair to assume that this is a cash grab simply because it's a very basic, rudimentary game. Furthermore, it's not their fault that the game has blown up the way it has. That said, it still looks bad. It looks cash grabby, and that's a real turnoff for a lot of people. The one thing I would argue though is that I'd rather they finance the game through voluntary merch purchases than by charging $5 to everyone who wants to play it. I'd rather the game be free and them promote merch than the game cost money. The thing is, they kind of had to release this game for free because if they tried to charge money for it, everyone would refund it after beating it in 15 minutes. If you've played a game for less than 2 hours, you can get a Steam refund, no questions asked, and thus you sorta can't sell a game like this. There's no replayability, and there's no way that anyone is gonna take more than 2 hours beating it. Garten of Banban is a weird game. It's a weird phenomenon. I don't think it's gonna blow up into the next big thing. I think this is a fad that'll pass, but it is certainly interesting. I'll be keeping my eye on it. Thanks for watching. You can pay in 4 easy payments of $13.75 with Afterpay. Who doesn't think that that's a brilliant idea, financing a Garten of Banban hoodie? Great financial decision. This needs to stop. This Afterpay stuff needs to stop. First off, you shouldn't spend $55 on this hoodie, but if you can't afford to, you should not finance it. That's ridiculous.